It's been a little under a year since I learned that my father was dead. He was an abusive, monstrous, and hateful man. And I've already talked and written a lot about him, both directly and indirectly. But 1 year later, uh, I now understand that I couldn't progress in my life in defining who I was, in accepting who I was until he was dead. I think a lot of men, middle aged men, sometimes younger men, depending upon how long your father lives, go through this, particularly if their relationship to their father is predicated upon abuse. In my case, the full trifecta of physical, verbal, and emotional, of him physically choking me when I was a fucking kid. And because of this, whenever I am around kids these days, I feel ashamed if I raise my voice. My father was a failure. He was an aspiring writer. He didn't take responsibility for his life. He couldn't hold down a job. He was an alcoholic. Mentally, upstairs, he was fucked up. He got into an automobile accident when he was maybe in his 30s, roughly around 30. His body going through the windshield of a VW bus somewhere off Maury Road in Fremont, California. And after that, as bad as he was before that accident, he was never the same. It was like Gage getting the railroad pike in his fucking brain and being two different personalities. That was my father. That is what I have had to live with. That is the model of manhood I had until I started reading the likes of Ernest Hemingway, James Baldwin, uh, embarrassingly Henry Miller. I didn't know how to be a man. I did not know how to be a man. And I'm not calling myself a victim. I'm just telling you how it was for me. Why I've been such an asshole for the majority of my adult years. Why it has been so difficult for me to stick up for who I am and reveal the kind and decent fucking person that is there, buried beneath all the snark and all the dark streaks of humor and all the weirdness. Because I am a very weird motherfucker. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being as well. One who has carried a lot of scars. And when my father died, I could examine those scars. I could start being me. A late start, my late 40s. It should have happened much earlier. Now a year has passed, and I'm finally realizing that there are parts of me who I am, who I have not allowed myself to be. The lovely Polish woman who I'm working on getting back together with. We are talking. Don't worry. I think it's going to work out. I hope so. Hope it's going to work out. She's been very good for me, but she's also made me more sensitive. I think giving up cigarettes has changed me too. My father was a smoker, and I think that I smoke and I drank to emulate him. I think we emulate our parents in ways that we're sometimes not conscious of. And without the cigarettes and without the heavy drinking, I've had to look at myself honestly and walk into some painful fields bravely and courageously, not easily. And I'm not depressed or anything, but I am wandering the earth in my now smokeless, fatherless life very slowly and delicately. I feel a little numb. I'm also re-examining my relationship with the Polish woman. We both love each other. There's just some shit we are trying to talk out. And I'm sharing this because if you're in a similar place like this, if you are only now, late in life, in your 40s, just stepping outside the imposing shadow of an abusive father, uh, hi, I'm right there with you. And you have my full support. If you want to leave comments or if you want to email, I'm happy to. I think that this is a problem we don't talk about. Largely because we're not supposed to talk about problems that men have, because we're supposed to be the ones who carry a lot of this pain and this anxiety stoically, to be real model men. I would rather be open, honest, and have some form of courage in putting this out there, which I'm doing. And it's hard, but I'm doing it.